Good morning, my angels, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Shems, and today I will be sharing my 24 lessons that I learned in 2024. I promise you, if you make it until the end of the video, you will walk out with an elevated mindset, or at the very least, you're gonna walk out inspired and you will have new ideas for new habits that you may want to incorporate into your life, because these lessons I have learned in 2024 really changed my life and elevated my mentality, and I feel like a brand new person now. Let's start off with the first lesson, and that is avoiding your problems will always be harder than actually facing them. I have the tendency of running away from things that are difficult or things that I'm anxious about, and I don't face them. For example, checking my bank account, as crazy as that sounds, it used to give me so much anxiety, and I was just super afraid until I started making it a regular part of my routine to check my finances every single day. That is when I gained the power and I finally felt free. Me always running away from that and not checking was so much harder than actually putting the effort to check every day and be in control of my finances. It's just one example, but I know that you can apply it to different areas in your life. The second lesson is that you have to be yourself's biggest fan, whether that is in school, in relationships, in new goals that you have, in your new business. You have to be willing to be the only one that is supporting you, that is always believing in yourself, and that is always cheering yourself on. I learned in 2024 that I had to be my own biggest fan, and that I have to show up for myself, because why would anyone show up for me if I can't even show up for myself? Number 3, always have your goals visible right in front of you. If it's not in a vision board, make sure that you are remembering them and writing them every single day. I highly recommend you make a vision board and look at it every single day. I had my vision board from 2024 and I was looking at it every single day. It just helps you stay focused. Number 4, prioritize experiences over material things. One of the best things I did in 2024 was prioritize experiences. That means travel or trying out new places, and that is worth so much more than buying, for example, a new bag, because now when I remember 2024, I remember all of the experiences, all of the fun things I did, and not the expensive things that I bought myself. Number 5, a clean space is a clear mind. I always had a tendency to have a messy room, but ever since I started cleaning more and always making it an intention and a goal to have my space clean, my mind has never been clearer and I never have been happier. Number 6, a bad situation is not at the end of the world. I have learned in 2024 that even though I am going through something hard at the moment, it's not going to define my future. Just like your past lessons aren't a prison sentence, your current situation also does not determine your future, and you can always change, you can always evolve. Number 7, walk away from those who do not deserve you. I have always been good at this in a sense, but in 2024, I found it like more justified, because I had been working on myself so much and I really wanted to protect myself, and anyone who I did not feel like deserved me, I would have very strict boundaries. Who has access to you impacts you a lot, so make sure that that is limited. Number 8, journal when you're overthinking. So if you're overthinking about something, or if you're stuck on a situation, write all of your thoughts down on a journal, because our minds usually think so fast. Like, I know when I'm thinking, I'm overthinking, and one idea is going to the other, and I'm dwelling, and it takes so much time. But every single time I journal, I am able to slow my thoughts down. Every single time that I have journaled, I have left either with a new idea or feeling slightly better. It has never hurt me and always helped me. Number 9 is set boundaries. Set boundaries with your friendships. Set boundaries with your family. Set boundaries at work especially. Don't work late unless you're getting compensated for it. Boundaries are so crucial to protecting your peace, and you should have in mind exact boundaries, and you should make sure to never let people cross them. Number 10 is say no more often. I feel like a lot of people say to say yes more often. I agree with that when it comes with experiences, but the older I get, the more I'm realizing that being mindful means that you are saying no more often. Being mindful is saying no to things that you don't need, is to say no to plans that you actually don't want to go to. I've always been the type of person to want to make others happy, and I want to be open-minded, and I want to be nice. I've always been like that. But in 2024, I have learned to stand my ground, and I have said no more times than ever before. Even in situations that I felt like I'm cringing, I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm being mean if I say no. But every single situation that I have said no in, it was genuine and it was for my own self's best interest. Because saying no more often is being mindful to what you truly want to do. Number 11 is to listen more and talk less. This will change your life because the less you talk and the more you listen, the more you will learn more about the people around you and the more you will learn who they truly are. Number 12 is to do your consistent skincare at home and to just take care of yourself more in general at home. This will save you so much money because I thought I needed monthly facials and I was spending a lot of money. I have learned that a consistent and decent skincare routine at home does the trick. You only need a facial once every few months. Of course, if you enjoy it every month, then that is fine. That is your self-care. I fully support it. But I have learned that for me, what I do at home to sustain my skincare, to sustain my health is usually more than enough. Number 13 is to spend more time with the people that you love, especially your family, before it is too late. You guys, time is so precious and it's the most valuable asset that we all have. And it's the only thing that we have now that will never come back. Number 14, privacy is power. You guys, when someone is trying to pry or ask you more about your private life or your goals, don't feel the pressure to share everything. You do not owe anyone anything, especially on social media. You do not need to be sharing everything. And it was definitely a work in progress for me in 2024 because I started posting more on social media. But ever since I started controlling that, I have felt so much better about my life. It feels so good when you know that there's so much more to your life than what you show and what you share. When I'm traveling, for example, I don't post where I am live. I post it only after I come back from the travel because I want to make sure I come home safely. It's also for safety. I highly recommend you do it too. It's better for safety. No one deserves to know what you're doing in your life right this second. They can wait a week or a month after you come back from your vacation. Number 15 is to work on your goals relentlessly because at the end of the day, the only person you have to blame and the only person you should have to blame really is yourself. You can't blame the people around you for not supporting you. You can't blame your parents. You can't blame your environment. The only person you have to blame if you don't accomplish your goals is yourself. So work on your goals relentlessly and don't let your fears overcome you. Make sure that you are working towards your goals every single day. For me, that meant not caring about what other people might think when I'm posting on social media, for example. I had to learn at some point that how other people perceive me is none of my business. All I can do is my best. And number 16 is that your physical health is just as important as your mental health. Mental health is super important. I'm an advocate for therapy. I'm an advocate for journaling and taking care of your mental health. But physical health, just as important. So go on a run, go on a walk, and be simple. You don't have to do it all. You don't have to do different sports. You don't have to sign up for a super expensive gym. Spend $30 a month on a gym. $40 max, and go get a workout in, go run, go on the Stairmaster. It's gonna make you feel better all around. Number 17 is to have daily rituals that define you, that will make you feel good and just make you feel in your element. Whether that is drinking a glass of lemon water every day, or whether that's you every single morning, the first thing you do is to chug a big bottle of water, or whether that's you journaling every morning. Have a ritual that you can just go back to every single day. You can connect to yourself and you can just have that at least one thing that you're consistent about every single day where you can touch base with yourself and you can take care for yourself. Number 18, think before buying a big purchase for at least 3 days. At least, this is minimum. And the way you should do this is, let's say you have a pair of shoes that you've been eyeing and that you want to buy. Instead of buying it impulsively at the store, because I know for me, I get tricked super easily by the sales associates. I get too excited and I buy whatever it is I want. But in 2024, I had to learn that I need to take a step back because I work hard for my money and I need to be more mindful about the things I'm bringing into my space. So one thing I've been doing is that if there's something I like or something that I think I want to buy, I will put it on my notes app. I will look at it. I will think about it. I'll see, do I really need it? Are there any other alternatives that are better? And I'll think on it and I'll sit on it before I buy it. And before going into a store, have a list of the things you want to buy and And don't go and just buy anything that is shiny or anything that looks good to you, because you're gonna end up overspending and getting things that you really did not need. Lesson number 19, and this is for my girls. Do your research before you go into a salon to do your hair or to do your nails, because I used to be the person, I would never book an appointment. I would just walk in to any salon that would take me and I'd get my nails done. And this was like years ago, but this is something that I worked on even more in 2024. So for example, I'd walk in and I would hate the service that I got. And that's because I never did any research. I wasn't intentional about it. It was last minute and I didn't know what I was getting myself into. But in 2024, I researched every single place I went to. I researched the place to get my nails done, where I got my hair done, where I got my makeup done. I spent hours researching it, and I am very selective about where I go now to get these treatments, where I get my massages, where I get my face masks. Very selective. I don't just walk in anywhere anymore. It saved me so much money because every single time I walk out of these appointments, I am happy. And I have found my go-to place where I got my nails done. I know where I get my facials now. I am just more familiar with the business because I did the research. So that has really changed the game for me in 2024. Number 20, never share anything to a friend or a colleague that you would not be okay with broadcasted to the entire world. Thankfully, I have never been one to share things that I know will harm me or things that I wouldn't want to be shared in public. You never know what can happen. Your closest friend can turn into your biggest enemy like that in a day. You have no idea what is inside people's hearts, especially like your colleagues at work. You do not need to be oversharing, and anything that you would not be okay being shared to the whole public, do not share to people. This is just something that I want you guys to keep in mind and be very smart about what you're sharing. Number 21 is walking is the best way to get in shape. I do not believe in, like I said earlier, in doing anything fancy, okay? Like one day, yes, I would love to go to a reformer Pilates class, or I would love to go to like fancy workout classes. But if you want to lose weight, for example, walking is one of the best ways to get your cardio in. Walk on an incline for an hour every day. See what that will do to your body. It will change your body in ways you have never thought were possible. And it's simple and it's easy and it sounds too good to be true, but it's really not. Just walk every single day. You will achieve so much because it's easy. You can just watch a show and you can walk, but it's also very doable, and I would highly recommend it, especially during the summertime. Like, you don't even have to have a gym membership. Just walk outside. It will change your life mentally and physically. Number 22 is to get a little bit better each week. I don't believe in the getting 1% better each day. I get the idea, but girl, I be having bad days. I have bad days, and I know that you have bad days too, and we all have setbacks, and that is okay. But I think to me, it's much more doable to have the idea of like, okay, I'm gonna get better every week. Every week, I am going to try to be a little bit better. Every week, I'm gonna try to perfect my morning like routine a little bit. Every week, I'm gonna try to be even a little bit more mindful. I feel like that is more sustainable than trying to be better every day, because no one is getting better every single day. Everyone will have setbacks. So just having the mentality of like, every week is a new opportunity to grow. I'm gonna get a little bit better every week. That will change your life. Number 23 is that real friendship is tested during hard times and disagreements. If you are in a situation or in a friendship where you have one disagreement, or there's like one misunderstanding, or there's a little bit of a challenge, and you see that you and your friend are not able to like withstand this challenge or a simple disagreement, and you find the other person's attacking you or pushing away or not fighting for the friendship, that friendship was never real to begin with. Friendships and true relationships are not tested in the easy times, when times are nice, when times are easy, when there's no challenge, because anyone can do that. Anyone can be friends in that time. But real friendships are challenged when you need the support, or when you are succeeding, or when there is a disagreement. And if your friendship cannot withstand these levels, it's not a true friendship, and it was never a true friendship or relationship to begin with. Number 24, which is the last lesson of 2024, is that consistency beats perfection every single time. This is actually my quote for 2025. I made a little digital vision board, and in the middle of it has consistency over perfection. always, because I have found that small steps towards a goal is much more valuable than making huge progress for a day or for a month and then not doing anything for months. I would much rather take a few steps every single day, and for example, to walk for 10 minutes every single day for a year than to work out a few times a month over the course of the year. Consistency over perfection every single time. It will take you farther than what you will ever imagine. And that is to have a lot of love for your future self. And for every action that you do right now on your day-to-day, have your future self in mind. For example, I've been thinking more and more about my future self in ways I never thought before. Before, I used to always say, yeah, I'll deal with it tomorrow, or yeah, it's gonna be okay in 20, 50 years, like I'll figure it out, like I'll think that it's so far ahead. But the older I get, the more I realize years go by so fast, you guys. It's actually insane and crazy. So years go by fast, and I am learning to put my future self at the back of my mind every time. When I eat a bad food or when I overeat and overspend, I always have the consequence of my future self, what future Shems will endure. And one thing I've been doing, which is, I know it sounds like it's early, but thinking about my 60-year-old self. How do I want to treat my 60-year-old self? I don't want to be working by that age. I have people, for example, that I work with that are working when they're 70. I don't want to put myself in that position, for example. So I am contributing to my retirement now. I'm having my future self in mind now. I'm trying to save some money now so that in the future, I'm not working when I am 60. So that is what I mean. Like, don't be afraid to think far ahead, because you should love your future self just as much as you love yourself now. And I do this even with the simplest of things. Like, sometimes I think, oh my gosh, I just got home, I'm so tired, I don't want to take my makeup off. But then I think of myself in the morning and I would think about like my goals and who I want to be. I'm like, no, I love my future me. I love future Shems enough to where I want to wake up and I want to feel like my skin is clear. Anyways, my angels, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you want to see my face more, please hit the subscribe button. It means a lot. And if you have watched this far, let me know if there's a lesson that you learned in 2024. Share it with me in the comments. I love to learn just from other people and new lessons, and I'm sure that someone will benefit from your lesson that you learned in 2024. Hit the like button if you also enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next Sunday, because I do post every single Sunday consistently, and if I don't, it is unacceptable. So hold me accountable. But anyways, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. I don't know, I'm doing all these like cheerleading motions with my hands, but I love you guys, and I hope you have a blessed day and a blessed week.